there seems to be still this idea that was floated around somewhere in the 80s in the gay affirming theology, that we can look at the Paul's texts, for example in Romans 1, and think that Paul is not speaking about loving same-sex unions there, but he's talking only about some kind of exploitation or something like that, not loving relationships between equal partners. But this view has been thoroughly discredited by the recent academic research. And I would refer to my listeners to wonderful work of New Testament professor from Pittsburgh Theological Seminary, Robert Gagnon, who has written extensively on this subject. And he also shows how in the time of Paul, in antiquity, people did know loving relationship between grown-up homosexual males. So it was not just that it was between men and boys. Actually, one clue in the text is there that in Romans chapter 1, Paul speaks about same-sex relationships among women. And that was not generally considered to be any way oppressive or exploitative relationship. So that is a clue there that Paul is dealing with this issue not just or that he did know about the loving relationships. I also would like to refer you to Louis Crompton, who wrote his massive book Homosexuality and Civilization, and he has studied extensively. And he's not a Christian as we would understand it, but he's studied the civilizations and how the homosexuality is found in these civilizations. And he writes like this, that according to one interpretation, Paul's words were not directed at bona fide homosexuals in committed relationships. But such a reading, Crompton says, however well-intentioned, seems strained and unhistorical. Nowhere does Paul or any other Jewish writer of this period imply the least acceptance of the same-sex relations under any circumstance. The idea that homosexuals might be redeemed by natural devotion would have been wholly foreign to Paul or any other Jew or early Christians. So, to put it very simply, this argument that we often hear that Paul did not know loving homosexual relationships, although I keep hearing it in Finland, even from the mouths of bishops still, it just betrays the total ignorance of the state of research in this area at the moment. It just doesn't simply stand to the scrutiny.